tanong nila, paano ka magre-review? Anong sagot natin? Bahala na si Batman. Okay? So, what's your answer for this one? Very good. That's your letter C, ambivalent. So when we say ambivalent, guys, this means that we are unable to choose between two courses of action. So usually itong dalawang courses of action, they are opposite. Okay? And when we say bahala na, according to a philosophical analysis one, yung bahala na term, it actually comes from, it was derived from batala, which is in Tagalog, which means God. So it means kapag sinasabi nating bahala na, we actually leave one's life, our life, or anything in the care of God. Okay? But yun yung sinasabi sa a philosophical analysis. But aside from that, bakit natin sagot na ambivalent? Di ba sabi natin, opposing action. Kasi kapag sinabi nating bahala na, ano ibig sabihin nito? Hindi tayo nagsusurrender, it's not submission, it's not surrender, it's not defeat, but rather, ano siya? We are accepting yung future natin, which is parang unknown or may risk yung future natin. Okay? So that's why it's ambivalent. Letter C, bahala na. So dapat lagi nyo tatandaan, batala na, that's God. Bahala na si God, hindi bahala na si Batman. Okay, so let's move on. Next one. Pinapagalitan ako nung director. Okay, next number 2. As West End is the theater district in England, so the theater district in the United States is blank. Is it letter A, Broadway? Is it letter B, Madison Square Garden? Is it letter C, Trafalgar Square? Or is it letter D, Disneyland? Ang live natin, sa akin, I will try my best dito sa personal account ko. I will try my best na mag-live every Friday and Saturday ng 2 p.m. Sa Leap, I will try my best sa account ko. Sa Leap, at least yon sa Leap, talagang they have live every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 7 p.m. Okay? And yung mga magbo-board exam ng March 2025, you are free to join the final coaching. Meron kaming final coaching for Gen Ed, Prof Ed, saka even sa specialization. Okay, so going back to question number 2, as West End is the theater district in England, so the theater district in the United States is blank. Anong sagot natin dito? It's letter A, Broadway. Okay, so always remember, kapag yan ay West End, pag West End yan, that's sa England. So, that's in London. Kapag yan ay sa United States, that's your Broadway. Okay. Now, what about the other choices? Si Madison Square Garden. Si Madison Square Garden, guys, always remember, ito yung sinasabi nila na the world's most famous arena. Okay? So, ano ibig sabihin nila dito? Ibig sabihin, kapag nag-perform ka daw dyan, so if you are an artist or an athlete, tas you are invited to perform there or you perform there, that means nasa height ka na ng career mo. Nasa pinnacle ka ng career. Okay? Next, what about your Trafalgar Square? See, Trafalgar Square, guys, this is actually located in London, and this is possibly the most famous of all the London squares. Okay? Nasaan yung picture natin ng Trafalgar Square? Ano ba naman itong, alam nyo yung okay. Okay, next, Disneyland naman. So, huwag nyo kakalimutan si Disneyland. It's the happiest place on earth. Pero parang sa akin, hindi siya happiest. Kasi kapag pumunta kayo doon, di ba, i-compute mo agad kung magkano yon. So, kapag pumunta ka sa ibang bansa, di ba, ang una mong gagawin pag nakita mo kung magkano yun. If it's yen, if it's dollars, if it's, ano pa ba, nasan pa ba ang Disneyland? Nasa Hong Kong, yan, i-convert mo agad into peso. So, hindi ka nagiging happy. Nagiging stressed ka na. Okay, next. Number 3. Okay, next number 3. Rita's sick stomach may be the result of what she blank. Is it A, eaten? Is it B, eating? Is it letter C, eat? Or is it letter D, ate? So what's your answer, future teachers, for this one? Oh, wag kayo malilito for this one, ha? Okay. Now, for this one, guys, always remember yung keyword natin dito. So, ano yung keyword natin? Result. So, that means kumain siya, tas kumain siya, tapos nagkaroon siya ng sick stomach. So the sick stomach was the result. So that means this one, it's in past tense. So ano ba ang past tense sa lahat ng choices natin? It's letter D, ate. So if we will read the complete sentence, that's Rita's stomach may be the result of what she ate. Okay. Now, para hindi tayo malito sa board exam, paano natin malalaman na kapag si letter A, eaten, ang sagot? Usually, ang eaten, ginagamit siya as a past participle. And makikita niyo siya na kasama niya lagi si has or have. Has eaten or have eaten. Okay? So, yan si eaten. Now, what about eating? Si eating, it's the present tense. Ginagawa niya ngayon. I am eating right now. Okay? So, dyan natin gagamitin si eating. Now, si eat, it's simple present. Usually, madalas natin ito ginagamit if you want to tell someone to start eating. So, you should eat right now. You should eat this sandwich that I made for you. Parang ganyan. Okay? So, that's question number 3. Ang kino-cover natin ngayon is general education. So, I think I covered almost all the subjects yata. If not, I will still also have the live tomorrow. May live ulit tayo tomorrow at 2 p.m. ulit. Okay? So, next question, guys. For an ecosystem to survive, there must be a chain of production and transfer of energy. The natural and most important source of which is the land. Is it letter A, fossil? Is it letter B, water? Is it letter C, sun? Or is it letter D, plant? So what's your answer here, future teachers? Very good. It's letter C, sun. Okay? So always remember, all living things need energy to grow, to breathe, reproduce, and to move. And energy cannot be created from nothing. So it must be transferred through the ecosystem. So saan ang pinaka-primary source ng ating energy? That is the sun. Okay? So yung sun, i-absorb yan ng plants to make your glucose. So the plants, they are your primary producers. Okay. And then the plants, it will now be eaten by your primary consumers. Okay. And the primary consumers will now be eaten by your secondary consumers. Okay. So on and on until mamatay yung consumer and then i-decompose siya. Okay. So that's your question number, question number 4. Okay. Next. Thank you sa mga nag-gift pala. Thank you sa mga nagla-like. Yung mga nagla-like, baka pwede naman baka kasama yung mga ano na yung magandang nakikita ko. yung mga gift. Mga animin! Chart lang. Okay, so, let's start with it. Sorry guys, ganito talaga ako magturo. Okay, so, next question. The gravest threat to mankind in the 21st century is blank. Is it letter A, fuel shortage? Is it letter B, global warming? Is it letter C, rise of the machines? Or is it letter D, worldwide epidemic? What's your answer, future teachers, for this one? Very good. It's letter B, global warming. So when we say global warming, guys, it refers to the long-term warming or increase in temperature of planet Earth. Okay. Now, what if wala sa choice si global warming? Ano yung susunod natin dyan? Still same question. The gravest threat to mankind. What if walang global warming? Sino yung susunod natin hahanapin? Si climate change. Okay? Because climate change encompasses global warming. But hindi lang global warming ang nire-refer si climate change. It also includes other parang mga changes to our planet. So, ano yung mga magandang examples ng climate change natin? It's the rising sea levels. Di ba dati, yung katulad ng mga iba, yung mga may bahay sa malapit sa dagat. Di ba ang layo dati natin sa dagat? Tapos makikita nyo, habang tumatanda tayo, palapit na ng palapit yung dagat sa shoreline. So, that's the rising sea levels. Aside from that, it's also the shrinking of the mountain glaciers and the ice melting in Greenland, in Antarctica, and even in the Arctic. Okay? So, wag kakalimutan. What's the gravest threat? It's global warming. Pag wala si global warming, sino isusunod natin? Climate change. Very good. Okay? Next, number 6. Okay. So, for number 6, potential energy is to battery as a moving electric fan is to a blank energy. Is it letter A, mechanical? Is it letter B, chemical? Is it letter C, nuclear? Or is it letter D, kinetic? Okay, so for this one, ano ang ating keyword dito? What's our keyword here? It's moving. Okay, so that means the electric fan is in motion. At basta yan ay moving, it's in motion, what's the best answer? Very good. That's our letter D, kinetic energy. Now, always remember, kapag yan ay energy at rest, anong sagot natin? Potential. Kapag yan ay in motion, energy in motion, it's kinetic. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Considering the tayo-tayo mentality of the Filipinos, one goal for change that should be worked on is to develop blank. Is it letter A, a sense of regional pride? Is it letter B, a sense of common good? Is it letter C, pakikisama? Or is it letter D, the habit of self-preservation? Okay, so bago natin sagutan to guys, ano bang ibig sabihin muna ng tayo-tayo? So ano ibig sabihin ng tayo-tayo? Di ba parang, uy, kain tayo. Sinong kasama? Tayo-tayo lang. Char. Lalo na kapag pag ikaw yung manlilibre, uy, tayo-tayo lang. So, ano ibig sabihin ng tayo-tayo? It's, when we say tayo-tayo, it is being loyal to a particular group or we center our concerns in a particular group rather than as a whole. So, if it's applied to the Philippines, we are concentrating on a particular group rather than as the whole Philippines. Diba? So, that's why for this question, if we want to affect change, ano dapat yung i-develop natin? Is it a sense of regional pride? Hindi kasi kapag sinabi natin regional pride, that's good, the regional pride. But for this question, if we are going to answer a sense of regional pride, parang medyo tayo-tayo pa rin din siya. Kasi Region 1, Region 2, car, doon tayo. Hindi tayo nagko-concentrate sa whole Philippines. So what's the best answer? Wherein yung whole Philippines ang magbe-benefit. That's our letter B, a sense of common good. Okay? So wag kakalimutan this question, guys. Okay? Next question. Okay, next. A Scent of Apples, a collection of stories that succeeded in winning the readership of the United States audience, was written by blank. Is it letter A, F. Sayonil Jose? Is it letter B, Jose Garcia Villa? Is it letter C, Carlos Bulosan? Or is it letter D, Bienvenido Santos? What's Scent of Apples? So, as the question states, Scent of Apples is a collection of short stories. And tungkol saan ang short stories natin? It's actually a story of one man and his family na nag-migrate sila sa United States. Okay, so kinakwento niya dito yung experiences as a Filipino who are immigrants in the United States. So, ano ang tamang sagot dito, guys? Hindi daw masyadong clear. For tayo-tayo, the correct answer is letter B, a sense of common good. Okay? Now, going back to this question, guys, sino ang tamang sagot dito? It's letter D, Bienvenido Santos. Okay? So, the Scent of Apples, that's your Bienvenido Santos. So, para hindi natin makalimutan na yung pampaalala natin dito. So, Scent of Apples, that's S-N-A, Scent Apples. Sino nagsulat? Si Santos, S-A. So every time you see Bienvenido Santos, S-A for Santos, S-A, Scent of Apples. Now, what about the other choices naman, guys? So si F. Sayonil Jose. Okay, so si F. Sayonil Jose, always remember, he is a Philippine national artist at saan siya nakilala? Nakilala siya sa Rosales Saga. Okay, so it's a 5-novel epic which now narrates the lives of different generations of the Samsons. And yung kanilang ninanarrate is the social struggles sa country. Okay? So, ang pampaalala natin dito, guys, is Jose Rosales Saga. Diba? Jose Rosales Saga. So, anong pampaalala natin dito? Si Jose mahilig sa rose. Parang Jose and then Rosales Saga. Sorry na, ang corny ng mga pampaalala ni Ma'am Jan. I will try to make it better. Okay, next, paano naman si Jose Garcia Villa? So if you are watching our TikTok videos, anong pampaalala natin dito? Si Villa, si Jose Garcia Villa, he is known for his poems. So, anong pang paalala natin? Basta may villa, basta natulog ka sa villa, dapat saan ka matutulog? Sa kama. Kama poems or coma poems. Okay, next. Paano naman si Carlos Bulosan? Si Carlos Bulosan, guys, kilala siya dun sa kanyang pinublish na novel, which is America is in the Heart. Okay? So, eto, America is in the Heart, si Carlos Bulosan. So, anong pampaalala natin dito? The first 3 letters of the alphabet. That's A, B, and C. America is in the Heart. That's A. And then Bulosan, Carlos. Okay? A, B, and C. A for America, Bulosan, and then Carlos. Okay? So, huwag kakalimutan yung mga pampaalala natin for this question. Okay. Next, number 9. All endangered animals are protected by regulating hunting. So are natural inorganic substances are protected by regulating blank. Is it letter A, poaching? Is it letter B, excavation? Is it letter C, mining? Or is it letter D, quarrying? Okay, now, para hindi natin makalimutan tong question na to, guys, what is your keyword here? It's keywords pala. What are your keywords here? It's your natural inorganic substances. So, ano ba yung mga natural inorganic substances na tinutukoy dito sa question na to? Ito yung ating iron. It can also be your other metals such as your silver, your gold. Nabu-blur daw ako. Ayan. Okay, so that's your iron. That's your metals. It can also be your silver, your gold, your other minerals. So, kung ito yung sinasabi nila na natural inorganic substances, how can we protect your iron, your gold, your silver, your copper, your metals, and your minerals? So, anong tamang sagot dito? Very good. That's our letter C, mining. Okay? So, kung ang endangered animals, pinoprotect natin sila against poaching, okay? Or we now regulate hunting. So, kapag yan ay animals, ang tamang sagot, poaching or hunting. Pero kapag yan ay inorganic substances, such as your metals, your precious minerals, your precious gems, that's mining. Okay, so next one, number 10. The indigenous people of Pampanga, Tarlac, and Zambales are the blank. So ano ang tamang sagot natin dito? It's letter C, Aitas or Aitas. Okay, so ngayon guys, always remember, kapag yan ay mga indigenous people, okay, that's your Aitas, saan sila usually nakikita? Sa Zambales Mountain Ranges, sa Luzon. Okay? So, Zambales Mountain Ranges of Luzon, Philippines. So, aside from that, saan pa sila pwedeng makita? Sa Bataan, sa Zambales, sa Pampanga, saka sa Tarlac. Okay? So, that's your ATAS. Now, another board exam question, guys, is we have, what do we call the indigenous group in the northern mountains of Luzon or the Cordillera? Okay? So, they are collectively known as your Igorots or Cordillerans. Okay? Ayan. So, dahil malapit sa akin ang Igorots, guys, lagi nyo tatandaan, yung meron kasing, di ba, yung story na pinublish noon na false, yung may buntot, that's false, ha? Yun nga, parang pinublish nila as katuwan or as a joke na may buntot ang mga Igorot, that's false. Okay? Tapos niretract siya, pero the damage has been done. Okay? So, lagi nyo tatandaan, ang mga Igorots, grabe ang skin nila. Grabe, parang walang pores. Okay? Tapos mapuputi, usually sila. Okay? Tsaka sensitive sila sa sun. Kaya mabilis silang mangitim. Kaya, yon. Okay? Pero usually maputi. Tapos pores. Ang pores nila wali. Para silang paano ba? Para silang mga Koreans na walang pores. Okay? So, yan. Yes, makikili sila. Ayan. Kaya sila malapit kasi I grew up in Baguio City. Okay? So, next. What about letter C, Dinagats? So, most probably when they are telling us the Dinagats, it might be, so most probably it's your Dinagat Islands. Okay? So, ano ang tawag natin sa mga original inhabitants ng Dinagat Islands? That's your Dinagat-non. Okay? And Mangyan, the last na choice, the Mangyan, it's an umbrella term for all the indigenous communities in the island of Mindoro. Okay? So ulitin natin, Aita, sa Bataan, sa Zambales, sa Pampanga, sa Tarlac. Kapag yan ay Igorot, Cordillera. Kapag yan ay Dinagat Islands, Dinagat-non. Kapag yan ay Mindoro, that's your Mangyan. Okay? So don't forget your question. Okay, next question. So, yung mga next na question natin guys, I will just check kung talagang naalala nyo yung mga videos natin sa TikTok. Okay, so let's start with the first question na review natin. Piloso Potasio is a character in Noli Me Tangere, personified by whom in reality? Is it letter A, Pasiano Rizal? Is it letter B, Francisco Rizal? Is it letter C, Father Pedro Cansanas? Or is it letter D, Jose Rizal? Nasa G drive. Gagalit sa akin yung in charge ng review. Natatakot na ako mamaya, guys. Okay. Hindi ba mo pwedeng ma-access yung G drive na? Okay. So, Piloso Potasio is a character in Noli Me Tangere, personified by whom in reality? Hindi po na-post yung questions. So, makinig na lang kayo sa boses ko, guys. So, sino si Piloso Potasio, guys? Si Piloso Potasio, it's based from what? Pasiano Rizal. So, sino si Pasiano Rizal ulit? Si Pasiano is the only brother of Rizal and he's the older brother. And ang tingin ni Rizal sa kanya is hindi lang older brother. More like a second father. And yung mga advices ni Pasiano kay Rizal talaga ang dinidibdib talaga ni Rizal. Talagang naniniwala siya dyan. And he greatly valued the advice of Pasiano. So that's why he now immortalized Pasiano Rizal as Sir Piloso Potasio. Okay? At para hindi natin makalimutan, di ba, anong pampaalanan natin dito? Patas. Okay? Pasiano Tasio. Okay. Now, what about the other choices? Sino si Francisco Rizal? Sino si Francisco Rizal? That's the father of Jose Rizal. Francisco Rizal is the father of Jose Rizal. Now, what about si Father Pedro Casanas? He is the godfather of Jose Rizal. Very good. So, si Francisco Rizal, yung tatay talaga ni Rizal. Si Casanas, that's your godfather. Okay. Now, paano kapag tinanong kayo, Jose Rizal, kanino naka-base as? Saan binase? Mali. Paano ba? Anong character sa Noli Me Tangere na ang inspiration ay si Rizal? That's the correct question. Ano ang character sa Noli Me Tangere na ang inspiration doon ay si Jose Rizal? So, wag kakalimutan, syempre kung ako yung author, ako dapat yung bida. That's your what? Tama! Yan, yung bida. And that's your what? That's your Ibarra or Elias. Ibarra and Elias. Okay? So, silang dalawa. Okay. Another question. Ito. Anong trip? Okay. Sige. 3 minutes lang daw, guys. So, mag-chika. Okay, so, for B, Francisco Rizal, or that's your Francisco Mercado, this is the father of Rizal. And tama kayo. Yung sa chat nyo kanina nakita ko, si Rizal, saka si Josephine Bracken, di ba? Nagkaroon sila ng anak. And then, parang nag-play ng practical joke si Rizal sa kanya. Kaya, nagkaroon ng miscarriage. And then, nung nagkaroon ng miscarriage, guys, yung baby, pinangalan niya in honor of his father. That's why Francisco Bracken Rizal. Parang ganon. Okay? So, that's letter B. Now, what about Father Pedro Casanas? So, always remember si Father Pedro Casanas. He is the godfather of Jose Rizal. Na-discuss daw to ni Ma'am Ella. Okay. Ayan. And of course, si Jose Rizal, anong character sa Noli Me Tangere ang binis kay Jose Rizal? Ibarra or Ibarra and Elias. Okay. Next question. Sinisigawan niyo ako, ha? Bakit naka-caps lock yung mga comment niyo? Bakit niyo sinisigawan? Char. Okay, so next question, guys. Yeah. She is the first Filipino recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize and the 18th woman to win the Peace Prize in its 120-year history. Is it letter A, Cara David? Is it letter B, Maria Ressa? Is it letter C, Cheche Lazaro? Or is it letter D, Jessica Soho? Okay? Nakakatawa to, guys, kasi nung lumabas to sa board exam nung I don't know if it's nung September. ang dami nagpo-post kung sino daw yung tamang sagot dito. And then, nung pumasa na sila noong December, they were saying na, yan, dyan po nagkamali yung iba, si Jessica Soho. So, kaya makikita nyo, di ba, yung mga memes natin na LPT na ang sagot ay si Jessica Soho. Yun, mga ganon. So, just in case na lumabas siya ulit, at least we now know the answer. And the correct answer is letter B, Maria Ressa. Okay, now, how did Maria Ressa win the Nobel Peace Prize? So, Maria Angelita Ressa is the owner of Rappler and gumawa siya ng mga series of articles wherein she used the freedom of expression or freedom of speech here in the Philippines. And then, she exposed the abuse of power, the use of violence, and growing authoritarianism here in the Philippines. Okay? Kaya siya nanalo ng Nobel Peace Prize. Yes, ito yung nasa FB memes na. Yun, yung mga Jessica Soho tsaka si Maria Ressa. Okay. Next, another board exam question, guys, na natawa ko na naman doon sa mga pinopost nila na nung nabasa daw nila tong question na to, parang bumalik daw sila, nag-regress daw sila sa pagiging kinder, tapos hindi daw nila maalala yung sagot. So, minsan, guys, kahit na sobrang dali ng question, bigla tayo nawawasak sa board exam. Okay? So, this is one of the best examples na bigla tayong mawawasa kasi hindi natin i-expect na ganito yung mga questions. Okay? Pero oo nga naman, this is general education. So, mixing blue and yellow colors will result to a blank color. Is it letter A, purple? Is it letter B, green? Is it letter C, orange? Or is it letter D, red? Oh, blue and yellow. Anong sagot natin dito, guys? Blue and yellow? Huwag niyo kakalimutan natin yung ginagawa natin nung kinder tayo. Tsaka, I think kinder tsaka nursery, di ba? Yung mga color. O, mali yung sagot ng katabi ko. Char. Okay, so very good. The correct answer is letter B, green. Okay, now, baka just in case, magkaroon ng variations ng question na to, ano yung lagi niyong tatandaan? We have 3 primary colors. Okay, and pag sinabi natin primary colors, guys, these are colors that we cannot create by mixing other colors. So, sila talaga yung starting colors natin. Kumbaga, so your primary colors are your starting colors. At sino tong tatlong to? That's your red, blue, and yellow. That's your red, blue, and yellow. Okay. Now, kapag minix natin tong primary colors na to, we will now have your secondary colors. And yan yung tinanong. Blue and yellow. So, ano yung result? It's a secondary color. So, let's have a review. Red and yellow, it will be color. Red and yellow, that's your orange. Okay. Next, yellow and blue. So, yan yung ating question. Yellow and blue, that's your green. Very good. Now, paano kapag blue and red? Ano ang result? Pag blue and red, anong result? Very good. It's purple. Okay? So, blue and red, that's your purple or that's your violet. Okay? Now, paano natin di makakalimutan? Red, yellow, orange. So, R-Y-O. Red, yellow, and purple. Okay, so red, nawala tuloy ako. Ano na yon? Red, yellow, and orange. R-Y-O. Are you okay? Are you okay? Red, hindi ko nga naman natitignan yung mga comments na natatawa ko. Red, yellow, and orange. Red for R, Y for yellow, and O for orange. Are you okay? Okay. Next, yellow and blue, that's green. So, Y, B, and G. So, ang papaalala ko natin dito, alam ko naman na alam nyo, but just in case, papaalala lang, why so blue girl? Ganon. So, why so, yun yung mga pumipick up sa atin na hindi tayo nagpapapick up kasi mabigat tayo. R, that's your why blue green. Why so blue girl? Ano ba naman yan? Ang kuri ko na naman. Next, what about your blue, red, and violet? Blue, ano na to? Blue, red, and violet. So, that's B for blue, R for red, and V for violet. So, what's that? B, right? VAP. Okay? So, para hindi natin makalimutan. Are you okay? Y, so blue girl. And then B, right? VAP. Okay. So, next. Uy guys, nakakaintindi ako ng konti na na Bisaya. Kasi I studied in Cebu for like a year, almost a year. Kaya dati yung mga tinuturuan ko minsan sa Cebu tsaka sa Davao, nasya-shock sila kasi naiintindihan ko. Alam mo yung pag break time, nagchichismisan sila. Tapos nakikinig lang ako, akala nila hindi ko naiintindihan. Kasi alam nga nila na taga Baguio ako, di ba? Tapos bigla ako lalapit sa kanila, ay ganun? Grabe naman yun. Tapos lahat sila titingin sa akin na parang, naiintindihan mo ma'am? Yes. Okay, so, yan. Next question naman tayo guys. The first Filipino painter to be recognized as a national artist was blank. Is it letter A, Juan Luna? Is it letter B, Kidlat Tahimik? Is it letter C, Fernando Sobel? Or is it letter D, Fernando Amorsolo? Okay? Inulit ko tong question na to guys kasi meron yung nakita ko, napansin ko yung mga ibang nagko-comment dun sa TikTok video. Mali yung sagot nila. So, please make sure kapag kunyari meron tayong video na pinost, kumpletuhin nyo naman hanggang doon sa answer ha. Okay? Yan. Para hindi tayo magkamali guys. Baka kasi mamaya nakita niyo yung video tapos hindi pala tama yung sagot natin. So, just to make sure, kumpletuhin nyo hanggang doon sa may sagot. Okay, so first Filipino painter to be recognized as a national artist. Very good. That's Sir Fernando Amorsolo. And then there was this one user, I forgot his name, na binigyan na tayo ng magandang mnemonic dito. First, mali. First artist, so first national artist, so that's FA, first artist, Fernando Amorsolo. Okay, so first artist, Fernando Amorsolo. Okay. Next question. Last question for today. Tomorrow ulit tayo, guys. Tomorrow ulit tayo. Sakit na ng puwet ko. So, which of the following this one. This one. Please take note of this question, guys. Kasi, ang daming nalito dito. Okay? Kasi meron tayong question before na ang sagot is melting of ice. I think yun yung sagot. Okay? So, please make sure na hindi siya, please make sure na basahin yung mabuti yung question, guys. Hindi porket nakita niyo yung choices is parang familiar, sasagot kayo kaagad. Okay? So, please make sure that you read the whole question. So, which of the following processes illustrates conduction? Is it letter A, boiling water? Is it letter B, steam rising? Is it letter C, scorching the feet on the sand? Or is it letter D, melting of ice? Okay, now, always remember what is conduction. So when we say conduction, guys, this is the transfer of energy through direct physical contact. Okay, so that's direct physical contact of matter or particles. Okay, so this can be in the form of heat or electricity. So dyan sa choices natin, sino ang may direct physical contact? Direct physical contact, of course, that's your letter C, scorching the feet on the sand. Now, what about the other choices? C, boiling water, C, steam rising, siya kasi melting of ice. Lahat yan, examples ng convection. Okay? They are all examples of convection wherein there is heat transfer involving movement of fluids. So, usually that's liquids and gases. Okay? Yan ang ating last question. Ay, meron pa daw tayong last question. Wow. Wow ha. Thank you ha. Bigla akong pinapahamak nito. Bukas ko dapat yun i-discuss eh. Bukas na natin ito i-discuss guys. Okay, so pinapahamak ako nito. Lumabas ka dito para makita nila kung sino nagpapahamak sa akin. Tomorrow guys, 2 p.m. ulit, I will discuss. I think gawin ko 20 questions kasi mabilis lang pala ang 15 questions. Try ko na 20 questions. So tomorrow at 2 p.m. ulit, sinasagot nila Diwata 1. Yung sinasagot nila. Sige na nga, sagutin na natin. Pero i-discuss ko ulit tomorrow. Okay, eto guys, ang lagi nyo tatanan, meron kayong picture ng mga satellites? Ayan, para mas madali nating ma-discuss. Antayin natin dito. Ayan, eto guys, please take note of this question kasi medyo nakakalito siya. Ayan, so, man-made satellites provide scientists and experts with a bird's eye view of the Earth's large areas at one time. What is the first satellite of the Philippines? Is it letter A, Maya 1? Is it letter B, Diwata 1? Is it letter C, Agila 1? Or is it letter D, Diwata 2? Okay. Now, bakit siya nakakalito guys? Kasi meron tayong dalawang satellites na parang sinasabi nilang first. So yan, yung mga sagot nyo. It's Agila 1, tsaka si Diwata 1. Okay. Now, ano ang keyword natin dito? Ang keyword natin dyan sa question na yan, it's bird's eye view. So yun na yung ating pinaka-keyword, bird. So bird, and that's your Agila 1. Okay. So, bakit tayo nalilito kung Agila 1 or Diwata 1 siya? Kasi si Agila 1, guys, this is the first Philippine satellite. Yun nga lang, nasa space na siya. Tsaka, na-acquire natin siya through private acquisition. Now, paano si Diwata 1? Si Diwata 1, guys, this is the first Philippine design and build microsatellite. Okay? So, parang di tayo malito. Isipin nyo na lang, Agila, yung first. That's your first Philippine satellite. So, bird's eye view, Agila is a bird. So, yan yung first. What about si Diwata? Si Diwata, micro satellite. It's the first micro. So, isipin nyo na lang, lahat ng mga Diwata, maliliit. Katulad ni, lagi ko nakakalimutan to, yung partner ni si Tinkerbell. Ayan. Lagi ko siyang nakakalimutan. Hindi ko alam kung bakit. Ayan. Okay? So, wag niyong kakalimutan yan. Ano yan? Ano yan? Si Diwata. Hindi man maliit si Diwata Paris. Okay. So, wag kakalimutan yan, guys. But, we'll discuss din again this one tomorrow. Okay. So, that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching my live. So, I'll see you tomorrow again. Okay? At 2 p.m. Discuss ulit tayo ng GenEd. Bye, everyone!